Hello, welcome to another Soulprint Mini. So I've been hearing a lot of stuff lately about Vice President Harris. And there's been talk about the fact that she was underutilized. Now she's going full force on the abortion issue, and I think immigration, if I'm not mistaken. But there are people who just don't like her. There are people who like her just fine, but don't think that she should be the vice president. There are people who absolutely love and adore her and can't wait for her to somehow magically become president because she would represent the first Black female president, of course, in your history. So I want to take just a bit of a peek and see how she's doing and kind of maybe what the thought processes are around her. He will, of course, be Biden's running mate going forward. He's not going to change vice presidents. Um, and she is going to continue to do the work that she needs to do because now they really are, I mean, not only are they still running the country and taking care of the business at hand, but they are in an election. Okay. So she's going to continue to do what she needs to do. But I just want to take a peek at her because there seem to be sort of such mixed like feelings about her. Here we go. VP Harris trajectory, VP Harris trajectory, VP Harris trajectory. Okay, here we go. We're starting with justice. All right. So, I mean, part of this just simply pertains to her background, right? But it's more than that. This is about her desire to see things balanced, to see things just. In many, many ways, she is a superior pick um, for the office of vice president simply because of her background, her heritage, her experience, all of it. But for a significant period of the presidency, they really did sort of underutilize her. And so what has happened is that she's a little bit, it's almost like less known, right? So you go up to the average person and you say, what is the one thing that Kamala Harris has done in the last 6 months, 10 months, 8 months, 12 months, whatever, that you really, really liked? And the vast majority of people are going to go, I don't know. So that's what they're trying to clean up. That's what they're trying to fix. They're trying to bring her, and listen, it's a tricky thing. They're trying to elevate the awareness of her, and they're also trying to moderate sort of any like flashback that might happen from their own party, from Democrats. And I'm not seeing it Democrats like in Congress. I'm seeing voting Democrats, people out there who vote. So they're working really hard now at kind of elevating her standing, her visibility. It was not, it, it wasn't intentional, but the reluctance they used with her was because they didn't want to, ripple the waters too much. They saw the backlash that happened when you had a black president. Now you not only have a black vice president, Asian vice president, a female vice president. So that was sort of part of it. Once they did their assessment, once they really looked at and evaluated the situation, they figured out what her strengths are. And she is a powerful speaker. She is a powerful proponent to certain causes or ideas. She is, she's really unshakable. And they realized that they needed to get her exposed, like give her more exposure so that more and more people could actually understand what she brings to the office and what she brings now. Because it looks like for about the first almost 18 months, 24 months, she was really, it's not that she didn't do stuff, but mostly she was trotted out as an ornament, right? The one that stands beside the president whenever the president's doing amazing stuff. So her stuff was just overlooked, and they figured out that that is not going in their favor. They needed to get her front and center with lots of sunshine and lots of emphasis on what she does and what she says and where she's going to be and where she's traveling to. Because she has a message that a lot of people are going to like. She has messages that are going to resonate with people who perhaps either were undecided about her or weren't even Democrat leaning. Okay? And ultimately, that is going to take her to a place of victory. I would love to be able to say, yep, she's going to be the first female black, brown president of the country. Because I don't have real clarity on what's happening with Biden. When I check, it looks like he's going to be able to finish his term. Other readers are saying that he won't. But the reality is that either way, she is going to achieve the recognition and the credit that she so richly deserves. It feels a little bit like, Biden is not going to run for another re-election, 4 years after this election cycle. Well, he can't, and he's not going to want to, and health, okay? This vice president, it's almost like she's obligated to run for president in the next go-around. Having said that, they are going to be, as in the Democrats writ large, are going to be reminded of what happened with Hillary. Now listen, we all kind of agree that, Hillary should have won the election. By and large, we all agree that had she won the election, the Republicans would have destroyed any chance at all that she had of, getting stuff done, getting her agenda moved along. And what would have happened was they would have just shown her as continually ineffectual. But they were so determined to get a woman as a president that they overlooked some of the sort of challenges that came along with Hillary being Hillary. People have strong views about her one way or the other. There was sort of that sense of, it wasn't that she wouldn't have been a good president. she wouldn't have succeeded as a president. But there were other issues. I mean, there was the whole, investigations and the server and whatever the hell that all was. I honestly wasn't paying that much attention at the time. But they want to make sure that they don't, okay, could you just say it, please? This is kind of running on. Okay. If she decides to run for president the next election cycle, after this one, there is also going to be a strong male Democrat. I don't see if they start off with, 20 different people running around trying to throw their hat in the ring, fine. But it's going to come down to like 2 or 3 people. And so what they're doing, what the GOP is basically doing is they're saying, we can go really progressive and you can vote for Kamala, or you can be a little bit more traditional and vote for this guy, Mr. X. And there really is going to be a feeling almost of watching the waters really carefully to see which side is gaining traction and which side is sort of not. As for her, she is always going to land on her head, or she's always going to land on her feet. She has attractors, she has detractors, but make no mistake, internally, she is crystal clear about who she is, and what she is out to accomplish. Thank you so very much for being here. Bye-bye.